forget to like, comment, and share this video. Hit that subscribe button below.
It's really great to see you starting so young. I mean, it's tremendous. I look at you and you are Andrew Parent and you're 20 years old. I mean, that's like phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you. I got into it when I was 18, middle 2021. I was just a few months in and then I turned 19. And I started with Remax. I learned throughout every place I went. The people, when I got to EXP, were amazing and helpful and supportive. And I don't know how I could have done things differently if I had to be farther, because I don't know how I could have done that. And I just feel like I've got so much knowledge and so much wealth right now from the people that I know and talk to and interact with in the business, as well as just the people that I see on Zooms and the people I meet everywhere. It's like, I know the good people and I'm with good people. There's really nowhere to go but up. I mean, I don't see how I could do any better than I am right now with the people I have in my life, in my corner now. I mean, it's amazing. In 2018, when my family sold our childhood home, we're in the process of moving and looking for a house and everything. I just fell in love with the process. We had a family friend who was our realtor at the time. She took me under her wing and really showed me the ropes on how to do it. I sat with her when we wrote the offer for every house we put an offer in on. I sat with her when we did the listing ticket for our current house and everything. I fell in love with the process, and that's when I said, I want to be a real estate agent. And sadly, COVID pushed that back. I would have got licensed on my 18th birthday if I could have. I really wanted to do the in-person class, but they weren't offering it because of COVID at the time. And I just learned better in person. So I wanted to wait and make sure I could do it in person. So I've been doing it since May of 2021, and I love it. It's my dream job. It really is. Like, there's nothing else I would rather be doing than this.
It's hard work.
It is. Oh, it for sure is. I mean, it's practically 24 hours. You have people, clients texting you at 3 a.m. being like, hey, I couldn't sleep. I was just looking through realtor.com. When can we see this house? Oh, for sure. Of course. Let me schedule a showing right now for you. Because I'm a light sleeper. So I hear a ding. I'm like, oh, probably client. Get up, answer the phone, look at the phone, send an email. It's the job. I love it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything. I really wouldn't. I mean, I love this job. I love the people that I meet as agents, and I love the people that I work with. I am in it to help people find their home and sell their houses and then find them another home. I love helping people, and anyone who knows me knows that. And so that I can be in a career where I get to do that and help people make the biggest purchase of their life. It's just amazing to be here and do it.
I was taught that you should have at least 3 jobs. One was working in a restaurant, the other was working in a bar, being a bartender, and the other was being a taxi driver,
Yeah.
right? Because you learn so much about people. They tell you everything. They just open up to you behind the bar. They open up to you in a taxi drive or ride because they're freaking out about whatever. They got to go somewhere, so they tell you things. They got nothing else to do unless they're busy on their phone. Being in the restaurant business is all about service. You're always waiting on other people, and it's their food and they're hungry. Well, real estate agent is like all of those plus. I know more about people and their lives and their kids, everything that they're about after working with them for a few months than most people that are in their close inner circle. I know their finances. I know when they're ticked off at in their relationship or with their kids. I know everything about what they grew up with and how they feel about life. You know, it's like you have philosophy, you have psychology, you have financial planning. Then you have this big part of what you were just referring to. It's about the dream of where they want to be next, because they got a whole life that they're investing in this purchase.
In a lack for better words, they're uprooting their life to move it somewhere else.
Right.
And I mean, the fact that they want you to help them do that is a big part for me. And to be able to help them do that. And it's a scary thing for a lot of people. I know when we moved, it was a huge deal, uprooting. I mean, I had lived there my whole life up until that point. Like, and I mean, I know a lot of people haven't lived in that house their whole life when they do sell in the future and everything. But like for those people, it's truly just mind altering sometimes for them. It changes everything. The fact that with our clients, we can become friends after the deal and everything. And that's what I strive to do. I want to stay connected with them. I don't want to just reach out every now and then and be like, hey, don't forget I'm a realtor. Here's a little graphic of like what the market's doing. I don't want to do that. I want to go out and have a drink with them, go get coffee or something. I don't want to be that person who pushes the sales aspect of it. I want to be there with them making memories. Like I want to be, for a lack of better words, I want to be friends with them after all. I don't want to just have it be a sales person client deal. I mean, I want to make a relationship with them is what I guess I'm saying.
Now, and it's the thing that they are in other than work, where if they go to work, if they go to a physical workplace, it's the thing that they are in the majority of the time. And they spend the most time thinking about it, either straightening it up, cleaning it up, improving it, not doing any of that because they don't care about it, whatever. But they spend a lot of their energy and their time thinking about it. And guess what? As a real estate agent, as a professional in the business, they look to you and us for that kind of direction. It's not like they don't have other people that they can call on, but they absolutely, if we've done a good job, they look to us and go, well, I'm going to check with Andrew. I want to know what Andrew's thinking about the market. What's the market going to do? Is it
Yeah.
time for me to refinance? Is it time for me to buy another house? What should I do? Should I build on? Should I finish this out? Should I add this onto the house or not? All that stuff.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. I mean, really cool. You mentioned that you were at Remax for 6 months. Just why did you go to Remax in the first place? That's where you started, right?
Like most new agents, I didn't do a lot of research when I was picking a place to go after my class. And after I got licensed and everything. Before I took my class and everything, I wanted to find somewhere first. Kind of was just looking around on Google and it's like, who was hiring a salesperson for a realtor salesperson in my area. And then my mom was working in Groseal at the time. So she brought home a newspaper with a Remax ad in it. They're hiring and we want new agents, like newly licensed agents to train and everything. And so I was like, that's awesome. I'm going to be that. So I went and did like, not like an interview. I just wanted to go and just feel it out and meet the broker and everything there. Ad was from Groseal. Their old office was in Groseal. They were in Wyandotte then. So I went to Wyandotte and I was like, okay, cool, cool. I sat down with them, really liked it. I fell in love with it. I liked what they had to say and everything. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So I talked with them and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do my class, get my license, and I'm going to come here. And they were like, that's awesome. We can't wait. Keep us updated with all of like the new news and everything. And when you get licensed, then we'll get you signed up right away. And so I did. I took my test. I got licensed. I went there and was there for 6 months. And I learned things, but I wasn't where I wanted to be. It just wasn't the space I wanted to be in. The atmosphere wasn't what I was expecting. The atmosphere didn't want to make me successful. It was just old school and they didn't do the new things to get business. I mean, I was doing floor time because I was the newest agent for 2, 3 days, 4 hours each a week. And I'm like, I don't have a problem with that because that's how they say to get business. So I'm going to do what they're telling me to do to get business. Out of my 6 months there, I didn't get one deal. And so I was just like, I feel like I'm just sitting here going in circles. So I decided when another agent there left, I was like, oh my God, you can leave. You could, but I'm like, oh my God, people are doing it. Like I in my mind, I was just like, well, I'm stuck here. I knew I wasn't, but I'm just like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? So she left and she went and found a place and she texted me about a week later and she's like, I love this place so much. It's amazing. Consider joining. And I was like, okay. So I looked into it. I sat down with the broker. It was EXP. And I was like, okay. So I sat down with Michelle Sayward. She went through her whole EXP spiel, why they were the best. And I'm like, I see it. I think I'm going to do it. And I was so scared to make the change. I'm not one to say I like change, but I'm not one to say it doesn't scare me. I was like, well, now I got to uproot everything to move. And it was scary at first. I was like, okay, well, now I got to switch everything over, get new business cards, market myself different. Within the first 3 months, I want to say, being with EXP, I rebranded myself, had started getting leads from my sphere and from rebranding myself and everything. And I took off. I started doing showings and open houses for other agents. It was going very well. And then my old job, which I haven't mentioned yet, I worked at a hotel for 4 years on and off as the breakfast attendant, night manager, maintenance. I was everything there. I was front desk agent. I was the night manager, the only employee in this 100-room hotel overnight.
Wow.
And I did that for 8 months. It was an experience. It taught me a lot. It was hospitality. It was learning how to interact with people on a good level. I loved the work and I loved the people I worked with at the hotel. I always will have to thank them for really teaching me how to be hospitable. I have to give it to them. With my experience in hospitality, it has made my real estate journey so much easier without having to learn how to speak to people with doing that already. And I'm just such a people person. So now I am. I mean, before that, I was scared to answer phones at the hotel and everything. And once they really opened me up and got me into it, I love talking with people. I love striking up a conversation with a stranger in line at Meyer. I mean, it's just something I love to do now.
Give me a call, Tim Lennon, 404-368-2607.